Now, we've seen recruitment numbers for the Army soar since November, since the election result. And we had a new ad featuring Pete Hegseth and Donald Trump drop recently. And the Marine Corps, they've also have released a new ad featuring a former veteran, Vice President JD Vance. Let's have a quick look.
We care about excellence and we care about patriotism. And if you are awesome and you are a patriotic Marine, then we are going to do everything that we can to make you the most lethal fighting force the world has ever seen. And that is what we're doing every single day. No more quotas, no more ridiculous mumbo jumbo, no more diversity training. We believe the real strength and the real diversity in the United States Marine Corps is that you all come from every walk of life, come from every corner of America.
Josh, morale is up. Recruitment numbers are certainly up. It seems the media's relentless negative campaign against the administration isn't having the desired impact, certainly not with those who are choosing to serve their country.
You know, I kind of got chills down my spine watching that ad just now, actually. I mean, how wonderful is this? I mean, turning around the military's recruitment crisis is one of the #1 top goals in all of American foreign policy, domestic policy, whatever you want to call it. JD Vance, by the way, as a former Marine himself, one of the highest ranking former Marines, former military combat veterans in American history there. He's the perfect person to read an ad like this. So, by the way, is Pete Hegseth. I mean, one of the reasons, Rita, that I was so bullish on Pete Hegseth as America's defense secretary is that he's a young, telegenic, well-spoken guy who has fought in numerous post 9/11 wars in Iraq, Afghanistan, and so forth there. So when you have JD Vance there in the vice presidential suite, when you have Pete Hegseth at the Pentagon there, this is going to inspire morale. Get rid of the DEI, get rid of the wokeism there. Just make the military the world's single most ruthless, efficient, lethal fighting force. That's all these young recruits want, and thank God that's what they're getting.
Well, the numbers speak for themselves. We saw this enormous surge right after the election result, and the numbers have stayed up ever since. Now, Josh, I played a clip of Stephen Miller earlier in the program, refusing to accept in an interview with CNN the anchor's use of incorrect terms like undocumented migrant as opposed to illegal alien or illegal immigrant. You've had some thoughts on this. I know you wrote about this for Newsweek. Why is it so important that conservatives push back when the left tries to use their preferred terms?
So I love Stephen Miller. I'm a longtime unabashed Stephen Miller fan. I love the fact that he is wielding so much power in the Donald Trump White House there. But this particular fight, Rita, is deeply important. For literally decades, the left has understood what both George Orwell and Saul Alinsky, the great left-wing Chicago community organizer, they both preached a very similar message, which is that he who controls the language necessarily controls the discourse. You control the discourse, you control people's minds, you control how they deal and how they interpret and process reality there. But the left uses all sorts of ridiculous euphemistic language, so-called gender-affirming care when it comes to physical or chemical castration, undocumented immigrants for illegal aliens there, you know, bodily autonomy when it comes to snuffing out even a third trimester unborn child in the womb. I could go on and on and on. Essentially, no matter what issue you look at there, the left here in America has mastered the art of the euphemistic imperative. And Stephen Miller, I think, is leading this charge to fight back against it. But the onus now is on everyone else to continue this there. You cannot let the left control the terms of our discourse, because when you allow them to do that, they're ultimately going to set themselves up for victory in our great cold roiling civil war in this country.
Absolutely. It is so important. You do not cede linguistic territory to the radical left. And I think conservatives have been guilty of doing that for a long time. Josh Hammer, thank you so much for your time tonight.
Thank you, Rita.